Hey there guys, and welcome back to Hursty Games, and welcome to another player review on the channel. Today we are reviewing the FUTBIRTHDAY Florenzi. Now, a massive thank you to somebody that you guys will know in the comment section, somebody on the channel, that is Flawless from States, aka Jack. He managed to buy this guy for me while he was extinct, so he was 400k on the market when somebody would list him because that was his max, and Jack managed to go and snipe him for me, so massive thank you to him. Let me see some love in the chat for Jack, or in the comment section I should say. But on to the review. I am so excited to use this card because, as you can see looking at his card on the screen, every stat is above 80. He is Hullet Gang, plus I've added a Deadeye card to him, so his shooting and his passing both go above 90, so I'm really expecting this card to be incredible. Playing him at cam in a team that's a little bit different to the kind of thing I'd normally use. Obviously it's not on my account anyway, so I am playing on Jack's account, but I'm very, very excited to use this card. I reckon he's going to be probably one of the best midfielders I have ever used on this FIFA, or maybe even on any FIFA, who knows. But I think obviously the 89 pace, I think that's really, really going to be helpful at cam. The now 90 plus shooting with the Deadeye attribute, I think is going to be incredible. Obviously the passing, so I'm expecting some assists in there as well. But his dribbling stacks look really, really good, so I'm expecting some very, very nice dribbling from him as well. So hopefully we can get some good highlights. Let's jump into those highlights now and see how he does. Okay guys, so the games have been played, the review is done, and the review is this card is genuinely very, very good. Now there are a couple of little things to talk about, but the overall thing here is I actually love this card. He is so, so good. So in the team, he was the standout player. He absolutely stood out for me. He was just incredible. Like I said, it was a different team, so I wasn't expecting to go out and absolutely batter everyone, which I didn't really, truth be told. But I did play with the Florenzi and I loved him. He was so, so good. There are so many pros to this card. Only a couple of cons, so I'll get into the cons now. So his price, obviously, at the time of recording this, he was extinct. His price has now been upped since then, so he can actually be sold for more than 400, but he's literally being sold for just over 400. So it's still 400k, which is quite expensive. But the way I'm going to kind of explain this is, honestly, he was like icon tier quality for me. So he was playing at the level of an icon, in my opinion. And 400k for an icon isn't bad. It really isn't bad. So as long as you've got a team that he can fit into, it's well worth the money, in my opinion. I genuinely think that is the case. The other issue was his shooting. A bit inconsistent. Quite a lot of the time, his shooting actually it was off target. I'd say like 1 in every 4 nearly. I think it was 77% shooting accuracy that he got in the end. So that's nearly 1 in every 4 shot isn't on target. Now, in the highlights, you're going to see a lot of shots that didn't go on target, because actually those shots normally I think would have gone in. I didn't realise, and I don't think Jack realised as well at the time, that one of his settings was on something a little bit different to it normally, like his shooting assistance or whatever was on something different. So I didn't know that. It felt weird, so I went and checked it, and we were both a little bit surprised that it was different, but we fixed it, and then after that you'll see some more goals and stuff coming in. But I kept a lot of those shots he was just hitting wide in, because actually with that setting changed, he would have scored them. So I genuinely think this card is well worth a try if you've got the coins, because like I said, he is expensive. But honestly, the main thing for me, you could not knock this guy off the ball. His dribbling combined with his strength is phenomenal. His skill moves, the skill runs, fantastic. But he just, honestly, he just wouldn't lose the ball. You'll see in this the amount of like runs, I was going to say skill runs, but mainly just runs and like dribbling and keeping the ball that he can do. It really was phenomenal. Like the build-up play that you can then get from that. You can just have a player in that midfield that you just give the ball to, and he's just going to waltz around and keep possession and just not lose the ball. The way I kind of thought of it, the way it made me feel, obviously as a QPR fan, I know not a lot of you won't really get this, but we've got a player called Freeman that I genuinely feel does the same thing. He'll pick up the ball and he'll kind of just keep it until you've got players around him. And then, as an example, say for someone like Chelsea, I feel that's the kind of thing that like Willian does. He'll get the ball, he'll move forward and just keep possession, and he just is really, really hard to take the ball off of. So he really played that kind of style for me. I think he would probably have been a better centre mid in hindsight. I think his overall stats being quite well rounded would have fared a bit better just as a solid CM. But he definitely did do work at cam, because he was just playing those balls through. Like I said, he got the ball up the pitch and just kept it there. I played my cams on free roam, so he literally was everywhere. He literally was all over the pitch, and so I guess in that kind of respect as well, it could be you'd rather keep him at cam. If you play free roam cam, then it might be the option for you to play him there. So that for me was very, very helpful. His passing, as I kind of briefly touched on, fantastic, very, very good passing, good pass and move. He dribbled very, very well. And so that passing was even more helpful when you've managed to find all this great space, made space for somebody else to run into, and then play that ball through. But he really was an all-rounder. And one thing actually as well that really did surprise me, his free kicks are insane. I'm awful at free kicks. We've touched on this before. I really am not very good at free kicks. But his free kicks were fantastic. I scored one, I'm pretty sure I put it in the highlights, but all of the other ones either hit the bar or the keeper had to make a save to and we got a corner from. Like, he genuinely made some phenomenal plays from set pieces. Even his corners were good. We got a couple of goals from corners thanks to Florenzi's crosses. So it really was a really, really fun card to use. I had so much fun using it, and that is the main thing. He was fun to use. A lot of cards at the moment I find I'm making myself use because, oh, I'm going to win games with it. It was fun. I actually really enjoyed using this card, and I think he would benefit teams. I think he wouldn't be able to fit into my team because of his league and stuff, but his quality, he'd go straight in. He really would go straight in. He reminded me a bit of the JJ Kocher card I've got, minus maybe a bit of the shooting, but he was so, so good and so much fun. But boys, that is the end of this review. I'm going to put on screen now his player attributes because my God, look at those stats. Everything is green. He's only got, I think it was 4 light green stats, and only 3 of them are below 80. So that card is probably the epitome of an all-rounder. It really, really is. Thank you so much, Jack, for letting me use this card. Thank you for going and getting him. Like I said, make sure we show Jack some love in the comments down below. Otherwise, this review just simply would not have happened. So thank you again. And thank you to you guys for watching this review. Let me know if you found this helpful, because it's important to me that if I'm going to review these players, it's what you guys want to see. So thank you for watching the video. Leave a like, of course, if you've enjoyed it. Let me know if you've used Florenzi or if you want to use Florenzi in the comment section below and what you think of him. And of course, subscribe if you are new around here. But for now, boys, I'm going to say thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all very, very soon. Look after yourselves.